Okay, so now for the more challenging or the most challenging assignment of Tuesday or Wednesday. It is the expository writing assignment. Now, this should take you time. You should not be done in 15 or 20 minutes. This should take some planning. This should take some work and some effort. And it is challenging. So I'm going to go through everything here, and then I'm going to show you that it's also on the Google Doc. Now, with this, it's a lot to look through, right? So in life, every person, every character, every nation faces choices that determine their future and the health of their relationships. Relationships can be broken by poor choices, but they can also be completely transformed by a good one. Analyze at least 3 of the following texts. We're really just going to be looking at 2 of them. But how does a single powerful choice, whether active or passive, determine the meaning or the outcome of a relationship? Now, your assignment submission should be at least 2 paragraphs in length and include a thesis statement. It should contain proper grammar, be free of spelling errors. This is where the editing and the, what's the word I'm looking for? The revising is coming in. You're going to do a rough draft, and then you're going to type out your final draft. The rough draft can be on your own Google Doc. It can be on notebook paper. It doesn't matter to me, but you need to have a rough draft that I can ask you, did you have a rough draft that you then in turn revise? It's definitely easier to do it on notebook paper because then you can just look at it and type it into the Google Doc here. As you revise, look for opportunities to form compound sentences using fanboys and complex sentences where the dependent clause appears first. You must include and use at least 1 reflexive pronoun, 1 indefinite pronoun, 1 relative pronoun that creates a dependent clause, and try to include at least 2 comparative or 2 superlative adjectives. So like 1 comparative, 1 superlative, 2 comparative, 2 superlative. Okay. You've been doing good with citing the text, but just make sure the quotation marks go after the period. So again, I should see a word like themselves or itself. I should see a word like anyone, someone, nobody. I should see a word like who, whose, which, and that. And I should see at least 2 comparative and superlative adjectives. Now, you're going to start with a clear thesis statement that states your main idea. There should be separate from your body paragraphs. So what you're going to do is you're going to write that thesis statement, and then you're going to write the 2 paragraphs. So write the thesis, enter, and then write the 2 body paragraphs. Now, again, our question here, how does a single powerful choice, whether passive or active, determine the survival, the meaning, or the outcome of a relationship? So when you rewrite this, right, the thesis statement, a single powerful choice determines, right, typing that out, a single powerful choice determines, and then you're going to then write determines the meaning, determines the outcome, determines the survival, right? So down here you would say a single powerful choice determines, I'll fix determines the meaning, the survival. You decide which one you want to say, okay? The outcome of a relationship by, and here is where we get into it. You need to use 2 of the texts at least. Okay, A Christmas Carol, I Became a Bully, We Have Been Friends Together, and the Statue of Liberty. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can make this illustration, right? You can do Scrooge versus the bully from I Became a Bully. You can do The Power of Action, which is comparing France and Americans' relationship with that of Scrooge and Bob Cratchit's relationship. Or you can do passive versus active, which is the passive choice of We Have Been Friends Together, with the choice that Scrooge makes on Christmas morning, the active choice that he makes on Christmas morning. I'm not really stressed about you writing any of this stuff out. I'm just using this as an example. You should try to compare these 2. Now, what we have done for you is you have all of the choices that each of these characters makes, as well as the outcomes that happens from each of these characters. So just be looking at this, right? Mine that I wrote is a single powerful choice can determine the outcome of a relationship by causing the loss of a valuable friendship, but it can also lead to redemption. Done. There's your thesis. Okay. And then you go into your body paragraph 1 and you talk all about how it can cause the value of you to lose a valuable relationship. And then you go all into another paragraph about how it can lead to redemption. You talk all about Scrooge and how his path of redemption. All right. Now, you don't have to use these outcomes. You don't have to use these choices. If you have your own ideas and your own thoughts, feel free to do it. Also down here, right, if you need to know how to start a topic sentence, the choice to stay connected with others is important because it directly impacts our making the choice to prioritize relationship is critical as provided by the article's focus on. But you don't need to use that. You guys know how to do your topic sentences, right? Once you say one way the power of friendship, one way a powerful choice can affect relationships is it can lead to redemption. Like, you've already got this under control. We've been practicing it. Okay, but here is the chart. I would really, really be looking at this chart as you are brainstorming. So get your ideas, how I would do it, right? Is 1, decide which 2 articles, decide how you want, not articles, which 2 passages, because they're not all articles. Decide how you want to format it, right? Do you want to do active versus passive versus the power of action, Scrooge versus the bully? Regardless, you're choosing Christmas Carol. I shouldn't say which 2 passages. I should say decide which other passage besides Christmas Carol, because that's the one you have to do. Okay, decide how you want to format it. Then I would write your thesis, and then write your thesis. Brainstorm the ideas you want to put in your body paragraph. Write your rough draft, and it should go like this. It should be like thesis, BP1, BP2. And then you should know BP1, right? It's going to be just an RTQT it. Okay? Topic sentence. This I think this because, provide a quote, and then explain why. All right? And then after that, step 6 should be final draft on here. Do not be writing. Oh, sorry. Nope. Sorry. We want to revise and edit. Make sure you have those types of sentences, those pronouns, those adjectives, so on and so forth. And then finally, write your final. So again, if this takes you into Thursday or Friday, that after your test, that's perfectly fine. Just know this needs to be turned in Friday. It needs to be turned in by the 23rd, so I can grade this before you guys write your similar to this, but it's going to be a test grade next week. Okay, so I will be most likely in a hospital. Not most likely. I will definitely be in a hospital. I might be in the middle of my wife, delivering. So I don't know if I will be able to answer questions. All right. But I will try to get back to you at some point. If you do have questions, you guys know that I always do. Just email me and I'll try my best to answer your questions. But again, you must write a rough draft and a final draft. You must answer this question: how does a single powerful choice, whether active or passive, determine the survival? And we looked at how we looked at how to write one. Go back through the video if you need to see it again, but we've looked at how to write one of these. Okay? You need a thesis statement, 2 body paragraphs. Make sure you have all of the sentences, or pronouns I should say, as well as adjectives. Okay? I'm sorry for the length of this video, but I'm not there to help. And this is challenging, but you guys have been doing this. You've been writing this and writing, and it's all leading up to you writing a solid thesis with 2 really good body paragraphs. You are all ready to do this. I cannot wait to read what you guys come up with. And again, you have so many resources to reference. Okay, referencing this. I also put it on the Google Doc, but just you have a lot of stuff to reference if you need to reference it. So please reference those things if needed. All right. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I will try to get to questions if you send them to me, but again, I will be in the middle of a pretty important event, a pretty important life event. Okay. So I will see you guys next week. I think there's one more video that I have for the Thursday assignment after your test, but I will see you guys next week. I'll miss you guys this week, but again, very important life event that I obviously have to be there for. Okay. Bye, everybody.